And welcome to the Next Guy podcast. We are so glad you are here with us today on this Memorial Day. So shout out to all of our veterans out there. We wish you a Memorial Day and thank you for your service. I'm here with the boys. We are providing your weekly Monday messing around. And so we are going to do that even though we are all off work today. So we still got in the lab. We still cooked up this episode for you. So whatever you're doing, whether you're doing some yard work or whether you're just kicking back around the house, we still got you covered today. So, boys, how we doing?
We're doing great. Listen, that's
sick waiting for each other to say something. Podcast pause.
Do you guys like nothing bundt cakes? Because today on Memorial Day. Oh well,
you can get
free bundt cakes for Memorial Day. You can also get.
Wow.
I got some free stuff here real quick. Free kids meal for Memorial Day at Wendy's. Shout out Wendy's. I have a feeling we might be talking about them in the near future. You can get glazed donuts from Krispy Kreme for $3.84. And then also a free American flag from Ace Hardware. So some free stuff there for everybody. Yeah, look at that.
I'm go get me one. I need one to put outside my house.
Wait, you can get a free donut from Krispy Kreme? Or you said they were $3.84? $3.84 for a donut?
For a dozen.
That's pretty expensive. Oh,
okay.
For a dozen. I don't
They're
know how much
up donuts.
We don't have a Krispy Kreme anymore here in Cookeville. Rip. So I've not bought a dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts in a hot minute, but I feel like that's a pretty good deal.
It's pretty good.
Free
deal.
American flag, Zach. I don't know if there's any stipulations to that. Well, I should be like, spend $100 at Ace Hardware and you get a free American flag. Zach, with the amount of housework you've been doing, I feel like you might be spending that much at Ace. So,
okay, I'm gonna sound dumb. Maybe what does 384 stand? Is that a thing?
I was looking at you. No, I was looking at you, maybe thinking that I was like, that's not obviously a special date, right?
Oh, here we go. The offer represents the record-breaking 38.4 million Americans expected to take a road trip over the Memorial Day weekend. That's weird. That's a weird number. Yeah.
Well,
okay. It could have picked a better number, I think, but it's fine.
This would always be the weekend you guys would go on your road trip with your dad, right?
True. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, a lot of people do travel on this Memorial Day weekend. I guess you just get the Monday off, so it's one less day to take PTO and stuff.
Yeah, because this was I got it on my Facebook memories. Me and Mason drove to Myrtle Beach and back in one day, and it was on this day.
Yes.
Like 9 years ago.
And we haven't done something like that since. Well, Pittsburgh was probably the closest.
Pittsburgh,
DC.
Yeah.
DC. Okay, so we have done a couple.
DC, I think, was the year before we did Myrtle Beach, or they were the same year, maybe.
So a Myrtle Beach trip though was we literally drove to sleep on the beach. We left. Yep. Can I tell this quick story? We literally left at midnight. Got there 8:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we just slept on the beach. We were so exhausted. Then ate at an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. And then we came home. We left around 7 or 8 that night. And then got back 4 or 5 in the morning and then went to work. So
yeah,
all I remember is waking up to Tinsley saying, "Mason, I fell asleep at the wheel." And I said, "What?" And he was like, I need to switch with you." And I look over and I said, "All right, I'll drive." And then he was passed out the rest of the time.
Yeah, I remember seeing Lightning McQueen driving next to us, and I said, "We are in danger." But I always just remember that because it was me and Mason were the only people left in Cookeville. Zach and his brother and Robert and Matthias were on a road trip all together. Yeah. And then my wife was in Greece for a study abroad trip. And then all of our other friends were on vacations too. So me and Mason were like, well, we're going to go do something. So we drove to Myrtle Beach for a day
to take a nap on the beach.
Nap. Yeah, it's pretty much all we did. I don't think I even got in the ocean.
No, but I remember we both burnt, like we were burnt
Bright
horribly. Did not prepare. Imagine that.
Could you imagine that?
Weren't prepared for the opening of that either when we both paused and talked over each other. So there you go.
But good podcasting right there.
That's great podcasting. All right.
Okay, well, we have a good episode for you guys today. We have some press releases to bring you, and we have a draft. It's been a little bit since we've done a full on draft. I feel like we've done some other things in the midst of it, but we are drafting today. We are drafting summer activities, things we like to do in the summertime, summer specific. It's actually not summer yet, but we're getting close. It's getting warm outside. Summer breaks just started for people in school, so you feel the summer in the air a little bit. And so that is also on the horizon for today's episode. Boys, do we want to do? You want to do it? Let's do the draft first. I'm feeling it.
Let's do the draft first.
Let's switch it up.
Let's get it.
Mix it up.
Switch it
up. Snap. All right. So here we go. Do you have any idea the physical toll? Okay. Family podcast.
Of switching the order of the episode.
Okay. So this is just a basic draft. We're not gonna have any kind of crazy categories here. I feel like this is going back to our roots a little bit. We're just doing a straight up. You're drafting 5 things that you like to do in the summertime. You can be as specific broad as you want. Yeah. We'll let the people decide.
The fall and the winter version of this draft was very heated.
Yeah. Yes, we had
some of our biggest arguments have come from this subject.
Can't wait. Is there an obvious one of one?
I really don't know.
I don't know. I think it just depends on what you like to do.
Okay.
What kind of summer activities you partake in.
We don't have a savings time in this one, so no savings time will be drafted.
Mason's gonna draft. It gets dark. It gets dark later, even though he's still in his house by 6:30 at night.
7:30. Cut me some slack. All right, Zach, kick us off with the wheel. That doesn't have sound effects, by the way.
The wheel.
Sound effects.
You want sound effects on it?
Yeah, let's get some sound effects.
I got you.
Sound effects top of day.
Here we go. Oh no.
Oh, this is we're doing great.
Oh no.
Buffering. We're talking.
Okay, here we go. Oh, why is my wheel not working? This is horrible.
Hate when your wheel doesn't work and then you have to try to use a different wheel.
It's the worst.
Why is this not working? This always works. Shoot.
Nothing worse than when your wheel just doesn't want to work.
Yes.
No matter how hard you try.
I think to fill in, I think there is an obvious 101 for me.
Oh,
I'd be shocked.
I guess we'll hear it soon because you always pick first.
I don't think I need.
I need you picking first.
My wheel is broken, everybody. So
let's just kick it off.
Mason, I have a number in my head.
Wait a minute.
1 through 3. Mason, pick a number.
3.
Okay, Tins.
1.
Okay, so the order is going to be me, Tins, Mason.
Bingo bongo.
Okay. Love how that worked. I don't know how it worked, but I love how it worked. Zach was just like, I want 1, so that's me.
He's Dr. Math. Trust the process.
I had the number 2 in my head, so if either of you matched it, you're going to be first, but neither of you said it, so that means I'm first. That's math.
And 1 is closer to the 3. You said 3.
Yeah,
so.
facts. Yeah. All right.
All right, that's
okay,
great.
one of one. I'm going to say swimming in a pool.
Mm,
Yeah.
I like that. Because
One
anyway,
of one.
because pretty much any town has a pool, or there's one at least where you can drive to it.
Or get one in your backyard if you're Mason and you're rich.
Yeah, it's true.
The amount of money going into this thing, I will not well, first of all, I'm not rich, but I won't have any money left because I will be putting it all into this pool.
Into
That's
the
So
why you get a
pool?
friend with a pool. I won't be
Bingo.
buying a pool.
it says you have a friend that has a truck, you don't
Yep.
have a truck, and you have a friend that has a pool, you don't have a
Yep.
pool. Two
Since
rules
provides
there.
nothing.
Nope. And I won't be the friend that has a boat either. Go ahead and count that one out.
Yep, that's 3. Yeah.
Mason, why is your pool costing so much?
I think we talked about this in the past, but we had to
Yeah.
drain the water out and replace the light. And now there's this thing called backwash where you just take all the stuff that's like in the filter and like backwash it out of the pool. And I went to turn the handle and do the backwash, and I turned it back, and now there's water leaking out of the handle. So it's just like one thing after another and these chemicals are like, I didn't realize how expensive those were. So
Just do it without
it racks
chemicals.
up.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen?
Just put table salt in there and you'll be good.
Have you all seen Big Fat Liar where he jumps in the pool and comes out blue? I imagine like that's what Zach. He's like, hey, just put table salt in there.
Zach's never met a body of water he wouldn't swim
in. Cane Creek.
Bingo.
He loves that place.
We were watching a disc golf tournament yesterday, and there was a lake that they were throwing over, and it was disgusting. And Morgan just goes, "Yeah, I bet you Uncle Zach would swim in that." And Macy goes, "Why? It looks like a bunch of geese poop in that water.
Nice.
It's very brown." I was like, "Yeah, well, we've done it."
Swim in that with my face.
Head first.
Dive right in.
I did do that. I dove into
day before pictures.
Foot of water. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, swim in a pool.
Swimming in a pool.
That's where we got to. All right.
One of one. Tim's, you're next.
I'm gonna go with going to the beach.
Yep.
I feel like it's something everyone does in the summertime.
Could be.
Even though it's very crowded and it's hot, but
facts.
I don't know. I'm a beach guy.
I do feel like sometimes for me, the best time to go to the beach is actually like in the fall or the spring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not like 115 degrees.
Not as many people there.
Yeah.
Not as hot.
We
like to go during October.
Yeah, we like to go during like those fall breaks or spring breaks where it was a little bit less crowded and it was a little bit less hot.
And cheaper to stay usually.
Facts.
Like I'm all about the cheaper, you know.
Big cheap
Says
guy.
the guy with the pool.
Rich guy.
Rich guy.
Okay, so third pick. I'm gonna go with having a cookout.
That's a good pick. That was on my list. High up.
Doing that on Memorial Day, you know, your burgers, your hot dogs, cookout. And then I think that I could probably wait, or I want to take this one now because I don't know if it would get back to me. But when I think of all of the memories that I've had with the guys here, it's involved recklessness with fireworks. And I know it's mostly a 4th of July thing, but when you think summer, you think 4th of July. When you think summer, you think fireworks. So I love fireworks. I don't know if anybody was going to draft that, but I didn't want to lose that one. So I'm going to go with fireworks and having a cookout. Back-to-back picks.
I like it.
I like that.
We shot Roman candles at each other, everybody. I didn't tell that part.
We used to do that very often. Looking back, that was one of maybe the stupider things we ever did.
The fact that we bought the ones on accident that like explode in the sky and have the crackling, and it wasn't your normal Roman candles, the ones that literally were meant to like explode in the air.
Yeah.
We were shooting those at each other. So Don't do this this is for entertainment purposes only, everybody. Don't go suing us because you shot Roman candles at your friend. There you go.
The fact that none of us got seriously injured at any point was
It's a miracle.
pretty miraculous.
The
Considering
amount of burn holes in our clothes, though.
We were literally just shooting them at each other like point blank, pretty much.
Like running around, yeah. Like you can see,
stupid.
like we're running around our cars, and like you see them skip off a car and explode, and it's like, yeah, this is dumb. We need to stop doing this. And every year, it just kept progressively getting more dangerous.
Because I think the first year was just bottle rockets.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was
it got.
then
It's
we
like
got
it
Roman
got bigger.
candles. And then
Bottle rockets are like the odds of you hitting someone with a bottle rocket's pretty low, all things considered.
Roman
Yeah.
candle, I got shot like
Roman
multiple
candles.
times in the face or the chest.
I have a scar on my back from one of the exploding rounds. I got burned pretty good.
There you go. So
Fun stuff,
fireworks,
everybody.
Fireworks. Stay safe
All right.
out there, kids.
Back to you, Tan.
All right. Going to the drive-in movies.
Oh, I had that on my list.
Man, I haven't done that in a
That's a
hot
good
minute.
one.
But that's fun.
We have one up here and pretty close to us. We went and watched Top Gun Maverick. That wasn't last year. It was a few years ago, but it was a lot of fun. I would like to go to the drive-in again.
I feel like the drive-ins in the last few years, like the ones that are still standing, have invested a lot of money in making sure like their projectors are like high quality and I don't know. It's a lot cheaper than going to the movies. It's just
Food hits.
It's fun. Yeah, food hits.
Good.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to
Yeah,
do that.
I think COVID kind of saved drive-in theaters.
I think so too.
Not even joking. I think it might have like really revitalized
Because it was
that.
the alternative to going to the movie, because you couldn't go to the movies because you had to be, socially distanced and having
True.
masks on and stuff. So, but you're already social distance in your own car at a drive-in. So, love it.
All right, I got two on the turn. I'm going with. That was a good pick, Tense. I had that one.
Thank you.
I think we got some good picks out so far. Competitive. Remember back when we first did our first one of these and Mason was really bad at drafting? Good old days?
Yeah.
I just had to get my reps in, that's all.
I need that Mason back.
He used to really be bad. Yeah.
We used to have some viral moments with this guy.
Heart. Yeah.
Don't jinx it. You're hyping me up and I'm going to end up drafting something bad.
I want that drafting Mason back. Okay. I'm going to pick something I didn't do a lot as a kid, but I've done a good bit more since I moved to Knoxville, and that would be go out on the lake. Again, you have to have a boat to do that. I don't own a boat, but my father-in-law owns a boat. And
Bingo.
Bing bang bong,
somebody that has a boat.
have a boat. So yeah, if you know someone with a boat, you get to go out. You get to do a little bit of wakeboarding, which I'm not very good at, but I've better than I used to be. I'm a little big to wakeboard. You found out that there's a certain size that
certain build
it makes it hard to stay up on.
Certain Mason build.
Yeah, Mason builds are great at everything.
Guys like me and Zach have to pick our lanes. We're more tubing guys.
Facts. Yeah, I'm great at tubing. Yeah, my wife is shout out what Megan. She's really good at like surfing. That's the new big thing, like surfing behind a boat.
Yeah.
I can't even wakeboard, so I get up for like a little bit though now. I've worked pretty hard on it. So going on the lake's fun. It's just chilling. If you have it opportunity to do it, you should. So that's one of them. And then secondly, I have going to the county fair.
Yep, there it is.
We actually thinking back to all the way last year whenever the fair was in town, we did some fair episodes and stuff. Fair ride. Yep. We did that one. Blind ranking. There's something about it that just feels very summery. It's always like a jillion degrees, very like dusty and gross. But county fair is something that always is fun. I'm excited to get to do it again with a kid and get to ride some of the little stupid rides and stuff like that. So Shout out. Maybe we'll just go to Dollywood instead, and probably
Little
spend
cleaned
some
up
amount of
version
money.
of the
Yep.
version of the
We'll go to
fair.
Dollywood. Yeah, but the fair is always fun. I have a lot of good memories of the fair. So
Yeah. Well, see, now I need to just draft for myself because you got Morgan's vote for sure picking Lake. She's a big Lake fan. Her
yeah,
family grew up going to the Lake, so I lost her vote right then and there.
take it.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna go with making s'mores around a bonfire. I feel like I feel like we've picked that
Sniped
maybe
me.
for like a fall thing, but to me that's more of a summer activity. You got everybody hanging out at the house, go out, start a fire,
Bonfire's fun. Yeah,
make a s'mores.
I like that.
Dang it.
That's a good one.
You sniped it. Okay, let's see. That was the one that I was really wanting. I was hoping it would have came back to me. At this point, I
Not
think
today.
fireworks would
Bummer.
have definitely got back to me because those were really good picks there. I think fireworks were low on that.
I was gonna
Comparing them.
pick. I
like
had
fireworks.
4th of July fireworks show on my list.
Yeah, watching fireworks, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I know all the good ones are taken now.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit more of a dicey out there.
I saw one, but I felt like it was like kind of lower, or thought of one that was kind of lower.
Might be time to share with the class.
I'm gonna go with going to a car show. We did this all the time with my parents, my family. They do them all the time during the summer. So you got like we were talking about Dollywood, Pigeon Forge. They do. It's not just old cars. They do Hummers or Jeeps. I said
There's a big
Hummers.
Jeep show.
Jeep show, Mustangs. They do old cars. So that's something that's like really close to me and my family. So car shows it is.
It's not even like a car show, really, like in Pigeon Forge. They just do it where it's like, what if every Jeep in Tennessee just drives to Pigeon Forge and just like hangs out? And they do it. I was like there accidentally once. I was there. I did not mean to be in Pigeon Forge during the Jeep week. It was like I was there for like it wasn't the rod runs. I did accidentally go during the rod runs once, and that was also terrible.
We've gone to the rod runs. It literally, the main strip, which probably should take you 15 minutes to get down because of all the red lights and traffic.
Yeah,
it will take you hours just to get from one side to the other because of how many people are there. You're probably like, no joke. Last time we went, people were passing us that were walking and making better time because we were just at standstill for like hours, and they're just like walking. At that point, we just found a parking spot. You're covering more ground walking than you are like in your actual vehicle. So I'm going to go car show there. And then the second one, I'm going to go with eating watermelon. I know that's very like,
That's a good one.
Okay. I know that's like a very specific, but you don't eat watermelon any other time except for the summertime. I get excited for it. It's refreshing. We used to sit out on the porch when we were kids and like see who could spit the watermelon seed the furthest. So kind of fun. I think I'm going to the now like kid memories now, but eating watermelon, kind of specific.
Personal ones.
I just bought a watermelon. Is this bad draft, Mason? Is that not
no, it's good. It's not.
I've heard of people putting mustard on watermelon, by the way. I don't know about that. That's a thing.
What if you put a watermelon in a microwave to warm it up? Shout out to all the OGs out there. Mason it's called out putting chocolate bars in the microwave before eating
M&M's, caramel M&M's.
In the most controversial take on the podcast so far.
No, nobody ever tried it though.
Because it's terrible idea.
This is a bad idea.
You're creating a liquid. What? You're just gonna eat it with a spoon? Okay, we've already hashed this out before. Okay, Tim.
All right. This is gonna be more of a personal pick, but I'm gonna go with slip and slide. Busting out the slip and slide, tearing up your yard.
Nice.
Doing tricks, seeing how long you can run and stand while you slide. stuff like that.
Yeah, we lived on a very steep hill.
I couldn't imagine you guys had a slip and slide in your front yard unless you guys wanted to break body parts.
No, you slid. This is not kid us. This is too dangerous. But teenage us, it was so steep. You know the little thing at the bottom that catches that's like the inflatable part that catches all the water that you like land into. We'd be catching so much speed, we would just smash over that thing into the yard.
I know the hill at your guys' house. It's
steep.
Yes, I have slid down it in my car.
Oh, good stuff. All right, that's a good pick. I like that one.
Good pick. Okay, I'm going to take my fourth pick. Go camping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something we have done many times in the summer. Usually it goes poorly, but we've done it. We have a lot of stories of us just going camping and having no plan, no preparation, and being near death. I would say on a regular basis while we were camping, but it was always a fun time.
Not only have I been lost in the woods with Zach before, I've been chased by cattle.
Facts, yeah.
Facts. Been very close to some coyotes, fairly certain.
Yep.
Ran into a barbed wire fence one time.
Oh, yep. In the dark.
We almost froze to death. I know that's not summer. That was our winter camping we did. I woke up in a puddle because we were under an area that had a bunch of icicles that melted.
Like a rock overhang above us. It had icicles.
And I woke up in a puddle.
Yeah, boy. We did have a bull did chase us one time, legit. Yeah, we definitely.
Yeah, no, we had bull chases and we had to jump over the fence gate to get away from him.
There's
so that
an
was
episode
fun.
of New Girl where they go camping and they're just gonna eat whatever they can kill, and we legitimately tried that one time, and that was pretty bad.
That was awful. I tried using a
Pop-Tart.
I tried using a Pop-Tart as bait to catch a squirrel.
Yeah. And then, what were you done with the squirrel? Nothing. We don't know how to gut an animal. None of us have ever been hunting before.
One time, so me and Mason and Matthias were going camping, and I think it was just us three, wasn't it? Is that right?
Is this the one where
you froze
with Matthias froze to death? Were you? It was just us three, right?
Oh, it was me, Matthias. No, Tins was not there. I don't know where he was.
He was too smart to come.
Can you please tell the story though? I'm gonna be laughing. I might have to mute my mic. I'll be laughing so hard.
So Matthias, Mason's brother, and Mason and me we decided this was in January, early January. So this was not even summertime. We were like, what if we go camping to tonight? And it was noon, and it got dark at 5 o'clock. And so we were like, oh, sick, let's do it. So we went and packed up a tent, and we had sleeping bags, and we would just stop at Dollar General and get a bag of chips and maybe a pack of hot dogs, and that was it. And we would just go. And so we all had a couple of sweatshirts or whatever, and it was a 2-mile hike into where we were going to camp.
So you're an hour away, by the way.
Yeah, we finally get to the place where we're going to go start hiking, and it's dark already. And we pull up, and Matthias was like, "Guys, I forgot my sleeping bag." I mean, it's below freezing outside. We are. And he doesn't have a sleeping bag, and we have this humongous tent that was made for 10 people, and that's all we brought with us. So I'm like, Matthias, sorry, we're going anyways. We can't turn back. We're too far. And so we go and we set up this tent by this lake. And I mean, it is frigid. We are all just totally going
miserable,
in full clothes, in our shoes and our sweatshirts, as many clothes as we have on. And so we get into the tent, and Matthias is in between us because he doesn't have a sleeping bag. And me and Mason are layered on top of him, kind of we're there's a huge tent, and 3 of us are in the center of the tent, stacked on top of each other almost to conserve body heat. And so shout out to Matthias. He woke up. It was like 1 a.m. and he's shivering, like his whole body is like pulsating because he's shivering so hard.
He was literally
And-
like like chattering.
And me and Mason were concerned he was like going into some kind of shock because of how cold he was. So we wake him up and we're like, Matthias, are you okay? He wakes up, he's like, what the heck, guys? I just got to sleep. And we're like, Matthias, we thought you were dying. And so when we say we almost died camping, it's not a joke. There were some times when we legitimately were close to death, I think.
Oh man.
I was in the shed getting something from working the other day. Actually, I found my sleeping bag. I think it was the last time I went camping, honestly, where we didn't bring tents. We were only going to sleep in hammocks, but it was too cold, so we all slept around the fire. And I just slept the whole night because I had an emergency blanket in my sleeping bag. And I remember you guys being furious because I was just like dead asleep.
Yeah, my
had
sleeping bag from that has like fire holes all in it, like where the ashes on it and stuff.
Burned up.
It was close to the fire as possible.
You guys were like, we have to Tinsley, get up. Your sleeping bag's on fire. And I was like, I don't care. I'm asleep. I don't care. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah, camping's a good one. Just because of all the just dumb things that happened.
So good.
We did do a lot of dumb things. So I'm gonna leave this up to you guys to see how you wanna grade this. I'm going to pick I'm gonna pick like playing yard games. If you want me to make them
Cornhole,
yeah,
horseshoes.
Yeah, that's
cornhole,
good.
horseshoes, like stuff like that, like stuff you
Label
play.
it like backyard games.
Okay, I like that.
Nope, that's good. That's a good pick.
All right,
That is
that's
a
it
good
for
pick.
me. Feel good about my list. Okay,
All
Tint, last pick.
I'm gonna go with getting ice cream. Something about ice cream in the summertime hits different. It's 100 degrees outside, and you got a sweet ice cream cone, waffle cone specifically.
Ooh,
I think it slaps harder.
what about snow cones?
I was debating between the two. I feel like I like ice cream better, but snow cones. I mean, if Mason picked snow cones, that'd be a good pick because they're even only open during summer.
Yeah.
Pretty much summertime.
No, that is a good pick. I like it. I am not going to go that route. I had one to finish it up. I've been back and forth on it just because I don't think it's going to be a popular pick, but I think it's a good one for me and my wife. We go to several concerts a year, and specifically doing I'm going to say outdoor concerts. We always have at least 2 or 3 on our list. This year, we are actually going to the band Camino in August, and then we're going to what's the other one? 5 Seconds of Summer boy band she likes. So always like a outdoor venue though. We prefer those just because. We've been so lucky, knock on wood. Hopefully I don't jinx it, but we've not been when it's rained. But it kind of just hits different.
Just like those Thanos bark attacks, they do.
There it is. There they do. So that's my pick.
Okay, that's a pretty good draft, boys.
I think if we had to pick like an honorable mention for things that are bad about summer, because every time I think about the fall one, you had that good pick of it's hoodie season. Well, can't wear hoodies in the middle of summer. We can only have minimal layers of clothing on.
It is a bummer.
And for guys like me and Zach with man boob situations and dad bods, it's
tough.
It's tough out here. Be thinking about us.
Not like Mason.
No, not like Mason in his 6-pack. Even though he
all the time.
Hasn't done a sit-up in 3 years.
Shout out to him. Right, Mason?
Right, Mason?
That's right. I did have one honorable mention.
Yes.
We got him.
I didn't even know what they said.
You'll find out.
Dang it. Okay. When you're a kid, I enjoy this, but when you're adult, you do all the work and the kid just kind of plays in the garden. Dang it. But gardening when you're a kid.
Huh.
You were out there gardening when you were a kid, growing vegetables?
He's
Well,
little farmer Mason?
my parents would do all the work, and we were just probably playing in the dirt. But I was going to say a garden.
playing in
So,
dirt.
playing in the dirt. There you go.
Hmm. Going on bike rides is always fun. Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Once it gets super hot in the summer, things become less fun. There's like a window. I will say going to the movies is a good one. I didn't want to put that because we already had drive-in, but there's always a lot of good movies out in summertime.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'm never mind. Sorry, that's off show. I'm glad you said that because I just realized we all had 5 picks, not 4. I was like, wait, who said drive-in? But that was me.
You did say drive-in.
but you said it, so we're all good. Never mind. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Yeah, we were trying to keep track of who had what. Tim's missed his own pick.
I did.
If you have a chance to go watch some baseball too in the summer, it's always a fun little summer pass.
Yeah.
Going fishing.
Going fishing was my next honorable mention. That was like if I had one more pick, I would have picked going fishing. I haven't gone in a long time.
We got into. Sorry, Zach.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I was just gonna say we got into a couple years ago. The biggest regret ever, like you need to get your kids fishing license right when they get born, because I think there's a lifetime one where we didn't do that because my parents didn't fish and we didn't really have any interest, but then I got it into it a little bit later. But it's kind of expensive. I think it's like $70 a year, and then I think we got one year and we just didn't have the time to fish, and so you're just like, oh, you wasted $70 or whatever for a fishing license. But
I remember getting one.
We've enjoyed doing it.
Remember getting one, and then we sank the canoe, and I lost my fishing license that I had bought the day before, and we didn't catch any fish. We have as many dumb camping stories as we do canoe fishing stories.
Yeah.
We sank in the middle of a river multiple times.
That one time
that weren't ours.
Yeah, that's true.
We sunk in a canoe. I didn't bring sunscreen. I think I got sun poisoning.
Oh, this is a fishing and camping story.
And then we were trying to set up camp, and I was like, guys, I'm not going to make it. I'm in a bad place. Like, I was so red. And so then we were like, okay, we can't. We got everything. We went home. We went back to Golden Corral.
Well, no, you're missing the part where we had parked the truck with the trailer in like a park, like where you could put in and out boats.
Oh, yeah.
And the park was closing. It closes at sunset, and we were fishing all day. And then as we're setting up camp and it's getting close to dark, like we're nowhere near the truck, Mason's like, I can't do this. We're like, well, we're gonna have to hop in this canoe and we're gonna have to paddle, baby. We gotta go. And I remember Matthias just like running out of the water up to like the security guard, like, please don't shut the gate. We're leaving. Please don't lock us in here.
And I was just like, Matthias shivering. That's how bad I was, if not worse, at a Golden Corral. Like sun poisoning, not wanting to eat. Like I was just red, like a lobster. It was bad.
$20 just to sit in the corner and drink water. Me and Matthias were just smashing plates of food.
That really did happen. Every bit of it.
Oh
man.
But yeah, fishing, and then baseball. It does feel like it's the time to go to like a baseball game. We're kind of far from the Braves.
Yeah. The Tennessee Smokies are fun, and they're actually coming to Knoxville. So pretty soon we'll have a local team that we can go and watch. They're building a new stadium back in downtown, close to it. The Smokies are moving too, so that'd be fun. I also had hiking.
Yeah, you're a big hiking guy.
I didn't know if hiking was too close to I know they're different, but anytime we've went camping, we've hiked to get to our camping spot. So I know some people, you literally just pull up to a camping spot where you had to pay, and I guess that's separate, but I always think of hiking and camping kind of similar.
Or I had to go and swim in a waterfall, or because I thought about that time that we went to Rock Island and I locked my keys in my car. And then Mason was riding on his motorcycle. Shout out to motorcycle Mason back in the day.
Motorcycle Mason.
And then
Mason.
And then his phone flew out of his pocket and shattered on the road. And then I locked my keys in my car all in the same day.
All in the same day. I turned around and my phone was upside down, or it was like flipped over, and I was like, "It's in an otter box. I bet it's fine." There was a semi behind me, and I picked it up, threw it back in my pocket. Thank goodness it didn't fall out a second time. I'm surprised it didn't. And then I was able to pull over to the side, and that screen was just in a million pieces.
Destroyed.
And I was like,
You ever look back at that
destroyed.
time in your life and like consider the
No,
motorcycle
wait.
Nathan time?
Reconsider it or not?
Like what?
Wish
Like
I
how,
never
whenever
did it.
you reflect on that time of your life, how do you feel? Because now
I
you
think he
drive like
was-
the tiniest car ever, and you're like, you kind of did a
Might as well.
180.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I think if you would have bought a nicer motorcycle, you still would have been a motorcycle guy. Because didn't you buy it like from some random dude, and it was just. I remember you breaking down on the side of the road one night, leaving Morgan's parents' house. And
Oh, that's because I ran out of gas because it didn't have a gas gauge on it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It did have a gas gauge on it. So he would just be driving around, just like, I hope I have enough gas.
It's probably best for me not to have one, just because, I don't know. I feel like I was driving
You
scared.
can't
all
have
the
it
time.
all. Guy
That's
with
right.
a pool,
Yeah.
6-pack,
Can't
$1
have it
million.
all.
You can't have a motorcycle too.
I don't have any of that. No, the same day that my phone fell out was when I broke your GoPro off the handle, Zach. It wasn't the lock the keys in the car.
Oh,
It was when
No,
that was because I jumped off the
Right. I do
cliff,
remember that
and
now
the
as well.
GoPro, it's at the bottom of Rock Island somewhere.
Still is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still there recording the fish.
That's a lot of memory on there.
It's true.
Oh man,
Okay.
those were the days.
All right. Well, we got some press releases to get through here, boys. We got press releases and we got some food for thoughts. So let's get cooking. Did either of you guys have any press releases?
I've just got one.
Okay.
It's like a shout out. I think it'll probably lead to where yours is going. But
Okay.
the movie Atlas, Jennifer Lopez's new big budget Netflix movie, released this last week, and it is currently has a Rotten Tomato score of 11%.
That's pretty bad.
Most of the reviews are saying this is just another Netflix movie made to half watch while I'm doing the laundry.
Ooh, tough.
Not good.
But that's not horrible though. At least you put something on to do laundry. You know how much time you spend doing laundry? So you put that on every single day.
What does it take for Mason?
I'm just kidding. In game's what I put on to do the laundry.
Time. Yeah.
Every single time. Yep.
Okay. So speaking of the box office, we have a couple movies coming out soon that are hopefully going to buck the trend. Garfield, potentially.
I think I'm gonna go take Macy to see that tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, she says she wants to watch it.
Chris Pratt as Garfield could be good. But Furiosa came out this past weekend. It grossed $25.6 million. That's very low. I got some very good reviews coming out of it. Anya Taylor-Joy is starring in that alongside Chris Hemsworth, in kind of a prequel to the Mad Max series. It's got very good reviews, but it did pretty underwhelming at the box office, which has been a trend that we've been seeing for the last couple of weeks as some big movies have come out, like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which also got very good reviews. People liked it, and it has not been doing great at the box office either. And so there has been a pretty serious amount of concern about the state of the box office, the state of movie theater going. A lot of people are talking about how, like we just mentioned, some people would rather wait a month or two and catch it on a streaming service for free if you already have it, or a couple bucks, worst case scenario, on Prime, instead of paying $15 per ticket plus popcorn plus drinks to go to the movie theater. So do you guys have any plans to personally go to the theater to watch any movies this summer?
The Planet of the Apes movie was on my list to like go to the theater, but now it's kind of where I'm just like, well,
I know I really wanted to go as well. I'm not sure
the hype of it. Yeah. So, I mean, I think really the only time I can justify it, because I have to go to the movies either with my daughter or by myself, because Morgan doesn't really like going to the movies. And at that point, I'm just like, well, then I can just spend less money and rent it and watch it at home. If I don't catch it like on the premiere weekend, I think,
Or go see Deadpool and Wolverine with us.
yeah, that will be like I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go watch this with Mason.
It's a
Since we're both
It's
possibility.
probably the only
Cook-Fed,
one
yeah.
I'm gonna go watch in theaters as well. I'm
Yeah,
very excited
yeah.
about. I think it's gonna be a big cultural event. And that's one
Maybe
where
we
I
make
can.
the trip to Knoxville for a pod review.
Hey, we can do
There you go.
That might there. Here we go. Something to think about.
We can do
Live segment on
the
the
nice
pod.
theater. We at Knoxville.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys do have the nice theaters up there.
Ooh. Last time we did that though, we watched Doctor Strange, and that was like the worst
It was a good
movie
movie.
ever created.
It
Ever.
was fine.
Nathan
It was
hated that one.
fine.
A 0 to 10, it was a negative 5,000. So there you go.
This guy.
We shouldn't.
This guy's out of
Never
control.
existed. Okay, go ahead, Zach. Sorry, keep it going with the movies.
All right. Speaking of Thunderbolts, which is coming out at some point, I don't know. Florence Pugh starring in that one is reportedly going to be paid 8 figures to be in the Thunderbolts. For those of you doing math at home, that means $10 million plus to be in this movie. So
I feel like that's more than Scarlett Johansson ever got for Black Widow.
That's a lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot of money to be paid. So shout out to her, I guess, for
Get the bag.
Okay. In more news, Target is reportedly cutting some prices on about up to 5,000 items amidst inflation to lure back customers. I don't know if this is good or bad for my household budget.
Yep, feel you there.
Prices going down is good, but if it means that you're going there more often, that is not good. So
That's
yet
not
to
going
be
to
seen.
balance out.
Yeah, that could be worse overall. A net negative. Victor Wembanyama kind of made the news this week. He told reporters that his first purchase he made with his first NBA check was reportedly a $850 Millennium Falcon Lego set. That is a dope.
Legendary.
That's pretty cool.
He's apparently a very large Star Wars fan. He doesn't count the sequel trilogy as Star Wars, fun fact. So there you go. It does go along with this new logo and Nike branding as the alien logo.
Yeah.
It all goes together. Pretty dope. All right, let's move on to food for thought. We have a couple of things to talk about here. I'm going to start off. I've got one, and it is about Cheez-Its. Shout out to Cheez-Its, who have created a pop-up diner with all absurdly cheesy foods. Some examples of some of the foods on the menu. Deluxe Cheez-It milkshake.
I'll try it.
Terrible. The extra cheeseburger. Sounds pretty normal, in fact. Burger. The big grilled cheese. Cheesy chicky tendies. Mac and Cheez-It. Cheez-It fries. Cheez-It biscuit. And sweet and salty cheesecake.
So I've put Cheez-Its in mac and cheese before, and I, as like a, you know how you do like the bread crumble topping when you do like a baked mac and cheese? I've done Cheez-It on that instead.
I like that.
Fire. And I have done chicken tenders, but instead of coating them like in Bisquick or like a shake and bake, I've done Cheez-Its before. Also fire.
So it says the deluxe Cheez-It milkshake is made with literal Cheez-Its whipped up, blended with creamy vanilla, and with a caramel and crushed Cheez-It cracker rim, topped with whipped cream, sprinkles, and chocolate sauce. Garnished with a chocolate dipped cheese cracker.
I'm good without the sprinkles and the whipped cream, but other than that, I'll try it.
So the cheesy chicken tendies is juicy chicken tenders breaded in original Cheez-It crackers. Spice it up with hot and spicy seasoning and dip it in hot honey or Hidden Valley cheesy ranch.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Probably eat that.
I like all of that.
Sounds good.
All of the above there.
So the cheesecake is a cheesecake dessert with a Cheez-It cracker pie crust topped with caramel and extra big Cheez-It crackers. Interesting. It's in New York, Woodstock, New York, if you're curious. So,
Dadgummit. They get everything up there.
That's it. That's all I had. Mason?
Okay, so May 28th is National Hamburger Day. Got some deals for everybody if you want to take advantage of National Hamburger Day. At Burger King, free hamburger with a 70-cent purchase, which is kind of random. We don't have a White Castle here, but White Castle, a $5 bacon bundle, 2 sliders and a small fry for $5 just on that day.
Do they pay
Wendy's.
you to eat the White Castles? Because that's the only way I'm eating White Castle.
Got
I've never
Shout
had
out
White
White
Castle.
Castle.
I feel like it's similar to Crystals, and I do not like Crystals.
Yeah.
Why would I want a soggy? Anyways, we don't have to talk about that. Don't get me started on that. But also, Wendy's best deal of all time: a 1-cent junior bacon cheeseburger with any purchase at Wendy's. Last one here was we all like B-dubs. Well, I feel like we've been up and down with Buffalo Wild Wings, but
I stand with Buffalo Wild Wings. I still like them.
So they have a seared and hand smash burgers that are buy one, get one free on May 28th. So Tens, go get you 2 burgers and some wings and you'll still be hungry.
They are doing every Monday and Wednesday all you can eat wings and fries at Buffalo Wild Wings for $20. It's a pretty good deal, honestly.
Yeah. Lastly, do you guys like the Nerd Gummy Clusters? My wife loves them. Obviously, I cannot have them, but they added 2. They added 2 flavors. They added 2 flavors that are hitting the shelves. Let's see. I think they were like grape. Why can I not find it now?
You could have that one.
Let's see. I'll find it in a minute. But here it is. New Berry Punch Rush and Grape Strawberry Blitz flavors. So, yay or nay, Tens?
I'll try them.
Zach?
I like Berry Punch stuff.
Oh, the one that's Berry Punch is like a red, white, and blue. 4th of July kind of thing.
America.
Looks good. So, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd eat that.
All the listeners at home could see that too.
Next.
All right. Sticking with candy here. I have got the Sour Patch Kids and Swedish Fish are teaming up with Snapple for some flavor combinations. It looks like it's going to be the crayon apple for the Sour Patch Kids, and then the Swedish Fish is like a pink lemonade. Try both of those.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up my food for thought for the week, thought it was fitting because this has been the flavor of the season, I think, for all of us. We've talked about Wendy's Orange Dreamsicle Frosties about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
M&M's is jumping into the orange Dreamsicle flavor game with a M&M's flavored orange vanilla cream line, which I think I might be eating about 47 of these. I won't be leaving them in my car to get hot or sticking them in the microwave, of course, but I will be trying these as soon as they are out on May 28th.
That does sound good, especially in the hot car.
No.
Just kidding. All right.
Not.
So, Zach, did you have anything else to add, food for thought wise?
I think that was all I had.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you everybody for listening. I hope you all enjoyed our crazy stories, our draft that we had, the food for thought. We had a very action-packed episode. So everybody have safe holidays, have a great week, and we will catch you next time.